All righty, what's going on, guys? Edward here, back with another video. It's good to see your smiley faces one more time. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every like, every subscription. You guys are amazing. This family keeps growing pretty much every day. It's insane here. So appreciate the love and giving back by creating awesome content that you guys can learn from. And I want to hear from you all the time. If you have comments, any questions relating to trading, anything, just don't be afraid to ask. So just go ahead and give your comment. Leave your comments below. So what we're going to do here again, I'm going to be checking a couple of pairs. So starting with Nasdaq, I mainly trade Nasdaq. I use ICT concepts. So I'm going to do my technical analysis on a few pairs as well, currency pairs, gold and Bitcoin. Starting on Nasdaq from the higher time frame, right? I like to do this pretty much on the weekends, of course, when I'm relaxed and so I'll just take my time. I just try to read the candles, what the price is doing, what's my expectation for the upcoming week. If it doesn't look too good, and especially with all of these fundamentals happening. And what do I mean by that? Well, fear. There's a lot of fear, still a lot of fear in the markets. Lots of things were happening this weekend with President Trump. So this week ahead. So reading news and seeing what's happening. The markets are all, of course, already open, and we don't see much of a uh, gap. I thought we were going to have a bigger gap, but there's actually nothing. Just a little bit right there. Just open, we pull back a little bit. Let me go ahead and start from the weekly, because on the monthly, of course, this month is still running, 14 days left, and this is one hell of a bearish candle, right? I explained this. If you look here, look at the history, right, of this push on Nasdaq, right? This right here was coronavirus. This right here was the entire 2022, right? This is when the inflation, everything is started, then it pulled back, and then right here, boom, the war in Ukraine, crash, crash, crash. So the entire year, pretty much, was bearish. And then right at January 2023 until pretty much now, we've been flying up for 2 years straight. Okay? So it's about time for markets to correct. Okay. So I think we're probably going to try to go lower. We're going to displace lower. I think, yes. How deep? I don't know how deep we can go here, but we can pretty much use probably a moving average, right? Probably that 200 SMA. That's one lovely trending line right here for the long term. Again, notice here, just as a reference, this was a crash in 2018. This is the pandemic, right? The whole coronavirus crash. We recovered after that, right? And then right here, 2022 January, inflation, boom, we was trying to go up and then exploded right here. The war in Ukraine came back down. So the whole 22, notice we were strongly bearish. Now we've been flying for 2 years straight. Oh, what's happening right now? You see what's happening now? You see, 2 years, we've been 2 years above the 200 SMA, right? One big ass trend. So, my guess is from here that, I mean, hell yes, we are bearish. We're entering a bearish market right now, okay? Like we were doing right here. Now, are we going to crash like that the whole year? I don't know. It's possible. It could happen. If things like this continue, I mean, it could happen. Um, and I mean, to be honest, right now, I I didn't think I would be saying this, but Donald Trump is not helping much. I mean, he is doing the things you think he is going to be better or is going to be good for the country, for the U.S. But brother, with these tariffs and this trade war is affecting everything, you know. So things are getting crazy right now. I think we still have a lot more to uh, go down, more room to go down, you know. So I am seeing the price displacing and crashing even deeper. I don't see markets pushing up at all. Look, notice on a 4 hour time frame. Look at this big downtrend right here, using the 200, right? And this has nothing to do with ICT, but just like this, it is strongly bearish. If I go on the weekly, right now, entering on the ICT part, if you see, we've been crashing for 4 weeks, right? And what's what do you see on all the scanners that have similar? All of them, they're closing below. Every candle is closing below the previous one with body of the candle, right? We recently had another closure. Yeah, we do have a big candle, big wick right here. Like we are respecting something, and probably could be this inversion here, probably, right? But I would say still, you know, body of the candle is still closed below, so I'm more bearish. This is, we're going to put here as a weekly low, you know, so Jesus. So weekly low, right? Based on the weekly candle, I'm bearish. I would like to see price go to this low right there, that weekly low, right? When I go to the daily now, what do we see here? We see that we've been respecting this daily fair value gap quite a lot. I mean, it's been touched multiple times, right? We have not been able to close above, okay? This candle from Friday is not telling me much. What it's telling me is that we failed to close above the previous candle high, right? And we retrace back down a little bit. So it's not telling me much. It's not my favorite type of candle where we are in this momentum and in this area right here. For me, it looks more like a range where we are ranging. On the daily, it looks like we're more inside of a range. And that range is tapping a bearish fair value gap. And on the weekly, I'm bearish. So look at this. When we go on a 4 hour time frame, right? Right here, it still looks like we're still hanging. We still hope, kind of holding this imbalance. So all I have to do right now is, because of course I'm not going to be trading at this hour, I want to see what's happening right here on the 1 hour. You see, we have a change in the state of delivery. We're of course in Asian session. I don't trade Asian session, right? I don't trade Asian session on Nasdaq, right? So I don't know. Probably overnight we're going to have this move. Maybe it's going to try to displace lower. This is a nice block right here. So we had a change in the state, market structure shift. Let's see if this is going to be, but I have to wait for New York. I have to wait for the New York session, which is the session that I trade. So I have to wait for tomorrow. But my expectations is what I'm kind of hoping. Let's see if we can stay somewhere here. And then tomorrow, New York session, I can get a good clean setup so that I can sell and target these lows right here. But basically this, we can call this relative equal lows. They're almost the same. So I want to target those. And if you think about it, I mean, these highs right here, these are also relative equal highs. So we might even go there, but it will all depend on fundamentals. Okay. This week, we have one report coming out at 8:30. We have FOMC meeting at 2 p.m. That's going to be on Wednesday. So it's in the afternoon. Most likely Jerome Powell will be speaking, at 2:30. And then on Thursday. So we have a couple of news, right, throughout the week. But starting on Monday, we do have two reports, red folder news. So let's see what's going to happen right there. So like in overall, and I recommend you watching this. Just go into this fear and just type on Google fear and greed index. So you're gonna get something like this, okay? This measures the fear, and the more fear it is, we are currently in extreme fear. That means that everybody's trying to sell. This is all related to stocks. If you're looking for cryptos, this is the crypto part right here. So we are currently also in fear. So on the crypto, and I have to say, you may not like what I'm going to say about Bitcoin, but I see Bitcoin crashing. And you know, I really don't see force. I don't see buying pressure. Even though we did sweep this low, this recent low, we tapped 80K right here, and we pushed up, and we kind of did end up closing now above. No, notice there's not enough force. It took so much time for the price to go here, and now we're coming back down. I don't know. Right, to be honest, let's go back to the daily. Oh, jeez. On, I'm seeing that we're respecting this daily fair value gap. I think we're going to displace low. We're probably going to go for this low tomorrow, and we might actually even do it tonight. I'm seeing, I'm seeing this move. I'm definitely seeing Bitcoin crashing all the way down here, at least tapping back the 80K, at least, you know. But I don't see any buying pressure at all. There was a little bit here, but I mean, it should have happened right after the sweep. We should have seen more volume coming up, but it stopped right here, struggle, crash, took this low and then push, and then I don't know. It's just something is telling me that we're just going to continue dropping a bit lower. Look at this. Well, this look weird also on the weekly. There's no fair value gap right here. Look at the size of this rejection. I was thinking we were going to push up, right? But then we displaced. We feel almost already this. We did feel it, anyways, all that week. So, I mean, the fear continues in crypto market as well. So we're most likely going to continue crashing. Gold, on the other end, is like hell no. Like we're not going to crash. The record high is $3,000 per ounce on gold. This is in freaking insane. Look at the weekly candle right here. Look at this beautiful move. Look at this impulse, price pull back to this fair value gap, hold it pretty well, and then boom, skyrocketing. Now look at the size of this past week right here. Body of the candle closing below. We're expecting definitely this size to be taken. I'm bullish as hell for this week. I mean, at least until this highs get taken. That's going to be the target right there. That high right there is going to get taken. Probably in the next few minutes, or probably in the next few hours, right? This is a nice push. This is a nice fair value gap that we could also be watching. And in case it pulls back, because after this big impulse, we could have a pullback and we could go long from there, right? We can just simply continue longing the crap out of Nasdaq right now because that's what is going. That is just flying. So, anyways, hope it makes sense. Right quick here, I wanted to show you just a few pairs that I have in sight that I'm actually seeing. That I mean, most of the euro, I want to say all the euro pairs, they skyrocket. They recently pushed very strong. And if you look at this, we recently took liquidity right here. So external liquidity swept, right? After this nice push, hold also respecting this fair value gap after this break of a structure. So notice the structure is very clean right here in GBP and CD. This pair right now, the price action is amazing. Right? Look at this. Another break here, right? Another buy side or a break of a structure, whatever you want to call it. The price is respected. Price is going from external, right? It sweeps external liquidity back down to internal. External sweeps external liquidity, comes back down to internal liquidity, which is the fair value gaps. Now external again, right? We got another push recently. So notice this candle pattern right here. That candle pattern, it's telling me that there is a potential reversal going on, right? Failing to close above this high, retracing back down, boom, we're already taking that low. So where do you think price is headed now? It's going to be a little bit bearish, so watch it, right? This week, probably to enter here and then continuation to the upside. So when we go lower time frame, I mean, most of these pairs I'm actually bullish. I mean, bullish in the long term, but we're probably going to go a little bearish right here until we get inside this area. I hope it makes sense, because we recently broke a high, swept liquidity from the high. We we leave the big inefficiency here. So we're probably going to come back down here, and from here, watch for buys. Watch out for buys. Look out for buys right in that area. Notice EuroCAD as well. If I go on the weekly, notice this recent big push right here, right? So we swept external, similar thing, mark up this fair value gap, and you simply probably set alerts. Set alerts and just wait for price to pull back, into this imbalance. And from here, we can go long. We can continue. So technically, I want to say probably bearish, right? Maybe for this week, we're going to go a little bearish. It's going to be going a little bit down. Notice euro. It's look at euro. Look at euro. Euro USD. We respected this imbalance. Look at the push. We're headed. We're definitely headed to this highs right there. But when we go on the weekly now, notice that big push, small candle right here. We could have a little retracement. It's probably in the pullback. It's going to be pulling back probably. If it pulls back, there we go. We already have a change in the state of delivery on the weekly, right? So probably is going to be pulling back, and from here we could maybe swing all the way up, right? All the way up there if you want to swing it. But that's what it's looking. Euro USD. Euro AUD, again, very similar to all the pairs right here. Also waiting for the price to come back into this fair value gap. So what you can do, probably go lower time frame here and try to sell. Try to look for sell setups, trying to target somewhere into this gap. You could target probably this low. If you get a sell setup, you probably try. If you want to do that, if you don't want to just simply wait, set an alert and be prepared once the price get into the zone to look for buy setups. GBP USD is similar again, very similar. Notice that little pin bar. We're definitely, for the past 2 weeks, right there, big bullish. Let's wait for price to pull back, tap, and then probably continuation to the upside, maybe to this high. After this liquidity was taken, it's pushing up very strong. Also GBP AUD again. Notice the structure, right? The structure is pretty nice. You can see we had extension right here, sweeping external liquidity, pulling back to internal liquidity. External, we're probably going to be pulling back to internal liquidity and then external. So we're expecting price to come back to this imbalance right here. Why do I think, or why would I measure this imbalance and not this one that I have here, that you might be wondering? Because you use the fib, probably from this swing, you see which one looks better, right? Discount, remember, using discount, premium and discount, right? This imbalance, it's in premium. So probably to be in a very good position, we need to wait for price to be in discount, and then we can buy from here targeting this high. So this imbalance is the one that is more attractive than this one. Although that doesn't necessarily mean that price cannot react to this one. Yes, it can. It can still react. But is it in a good position? If you want to follow strictly your rules, it's not in a good position. You want to probably try this one instead, right? So hope it makes sense. Hope it makes sense. If you I want to hear your questions. If you have any doubts, concerns, and questions, you want to follow me on my free Telegram group, go ahead. The links are in the description. If you want to check out my website, teamprofitsenglish.com. Like if you want to be part of my private community, go ahead and check it out. If you're interested, just fill out the form there and I'll send you the information if you're really interested in learning. If you don't want to be joining my private, brother, I guarantee you can learn a lot just from my free videos, just from my YouTube videos right there. I've created a bunch of playlists based on SMC, ICT, even all the strategies, based on support and resistance, anything you like. I've been through in this YouTube channel. This is a very diverse YouTube channel, and I can tell you this: you can make money with every strategy. There's no holy grail. ICT is not the best. SMC is not the best. Support and resistance is not the best. Everything works at the end of the day. The only thing that's going to make it work is the trader. At the end of the day, that's what matters. How disciplined is the trader? Doesn't matter the strategy. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your time, and I will see you the next week. Take it easy.